Close your eyes, dear listener, and let yourself be transported to a world where dreams and reality intertwine. As you lay there, comfortably nestled in your bed, take a deep, cleansing breath in and then slowly exhale, releasing the tension of the day. Imagine, if you will, a world where nature's tranquil beauty meets the bustling energy of city life, a world where two very different mice embarked on an extraordinary journey of discovery. Our story begins in a quaint little cottage nestled at the edge of a sprawling emerald green meadow. Here, in this peaceful countryside, lived a mouse named Jasper. Jasper was the embodiment of serenity, his heart attuned to the gentle rhythms of nature that surrounded him. Outside his cozy burrow, the meadow stretched out as far as the eye could see, its tall grasses swaying in harmony with the soft caress of the wind. The songs of birds filled the air, and the distant murmur of a babbling brook provided a soothing lullaby each night. Jasper's days were filled with the simple pleasures of country life. He would scamper through fields of wildflowers, savouring the fragrant perfume that danced on the breeze. His friends, the chirping crickets and wise old owl, would share stories under the starry night sky. But as content as Jasper was, he often wondered about the world beyond his meadow, the world of bright lights, towering buildings, and endless excitement, the world of the city mouse. In the heart of a bustling metropolis, surrounded by towering skyscrapers and the hum of constant activity, lived Chester, the city mouse. Chester was the embodiment of vivacity, his heart attuned to the lively pulse of the city that never slept. From his apartment high above the streets, Chester marveled at the endless opportunities that stretched before him. The city's lights painted the night sky with a dazzling display, and the streets below were alive with the hustle and bustle of a million tiny lives. Chester's days were a whirlwind of adventure and exploration. He would dart through bustling markets, sampling delectable treats from around the world. His friends, the chatty pigeons and streetwise alley cats, would regale him with stories of urban legends and hidden treasures. But as exciting as Chester's life was, he often found himself yearning for a taste of tranquility, the kind of peace that could only be found in the gentle embrace of the countryside. One warm summer day, as the sun bathed the meadow in a golden glow, fate intervened. A letter arrived at Jasper's door, delivered by a friendly butterfly. It bore the unmistakable scent of the city, and it was addressed to Jasper. The letter read, "Dear Jasper, I hope this letter finds you well. It has been far too long since we last saw each other. I have heard so much about your idyllic life in the countryside, and I find myself yearning for a change of scenery. Would you be willing to host an old friend for a while? I long to experience the tranquility of your meadow and the magic of your starlit nights. Yours sincerely, Chester, the city mouse." Jasper's heart swelled with joy at the prospect of reuniting with his friend. He quickly sent a reply with the help of his butterfly friend, inviting Chester to visit the countryside and promising him a warm, country welcome. In the heart of the city, Chester received Jasper's invitation with uncontainable excitement. He packed a small bag with city essentials, a miniature umbrella, a map of the subway, and a pocket-sized guide to the best eateries in town. Chester was ready for his adventure in the countryside. The day of Chester's arrival arrived, and as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the meadow, Jasper eagerly awaited his friend's arrival. He could hear the distant rumble of Chester's approach, the rhythmic clatter of tiny city feet growing louder with each passing moment. Finally, Chester emerged from the tall grasses, his eyes wide with wonder at the expansive meadow that stretched before him. He dropped his bag and rushed to embrace Jasper, the two friends exchanging joyful squeaks and warm hugs. Jasper led Chester to his cozy burrow beneath the oak tree, where a soft bed of moss and wildflowers awaited him. Chester marveled at the simplicity and rustic charm of Jasper's home, the complete opposite of his high-rise apartment. As night fell, the meadow came alive with the songs of crickets and the twinkle of fireflies. The sky above was an endless canvas of stars, and the air was infused with the intoxicating scent of wildflowers. Chester had never experienced such tranquility. Jasper shared tales of life in the countryside, of quiet days spent basking in the sun and peaceful nights under the vast, starry sky. He spoke of the harmony he felt with nature and how the simplicity of his life brought him profound contentment. Chester listened intently, absorbing every word like a thirsty sponge. He couldn't deny the allure of the countryside, the way it seemed to cradle him in its gentle embrace and soothe his city-worn soul. As the night wore on, Chester felt an overwhelming sense of peace wash over him. He lay down on the bed of moss and wildflowers, and for the first time in a long while, he closed his eyes without the ever-present buzz of the city in the background. Under the starlit sky, surrounded by the comforting sounds of the meadow, Chester drifted into a deep and restful sleep. He dreamt of dancing through fields of wildflowers, the petals brushing against his fur like a delicate caress. He dreamt of the wind's soft whispers and the chorus of crickets serenading him to sleep. It was the most restful sleep Chester had ever known. As the sun painted the sky with hues of pink and gold, Chester awoke to the chirping of birds and the gentle rustling of leaves. He felt refreshed and renewed, as if the worries of the city had melted away in the embrace of the countryside. Jasper greeted him with a warm smile, and the two friends spent their days exploring the meadow, sharing stories, and savoring the simple pleasures of life. Chester couldn't believe how much he had been missing in the city, how the tranquility of the countryside had touched a part of his heart he never knew existed. In the days that followed, Chester's visits to the countryside became more frequent. He found himself yearning for the serenity of the meadow, the starlit nights, and the soothing lullabies of nature. Each visit filled his heart with a sense of peace and contentment that he had never known in the city. And so, the city mouse and the country mouse became the dearest of friends, learning valuable lessons from each other. Chester discovered the importance of slowing down, embracing simplicity, and finding solace in the gentle rhythms of nature. Jasper marveled at the excitement and diversity of city life, the endless possibilities that awaited beyond the meadow. Their friendship was a testament to the beauty of contrasts, the city and the countryside, noise and silence, excitement and tranquility. They found a balance that enriched their lives and made them appreciate the richness of both worlds.